Bella.
Welcome to the Holy Matrimony Podcast.
Today we're going to talk about movies.
Movies.
A holy movie podcast.
Holy movie
Holy moly, that's a movie podcast.
Holy, that's a movie podcast.
Moly.
Holy moly?
Holy moly. Do people say that still?
I mean, there's that
Where does it even come from?
I don't know, but there's a show, Holy Moly.
There's a show?
It's like a golf thing. We've seen the previews of it. Anyways.
No, it's not called Holy Moly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Like that extreme golf one?
Yeah, I think it's called Holy Moly.
Oh, anyway, but does anyone know where that came from?
That's not what we're talking about today, though.
And is it like M-O-L-Y? Like, it's like H-O-L-Y and then M-O-L-Y? Or is it M-O-L-E-Y? Like a mole with an E at the end?
Like from, speaking of movies from like Austin Powers.
Like guacamole.
Guacamole.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, so before we get into all this.
Oh, yes, we need it.
Wait, I forgot. Guys, skirt back up. Podcast details.
Yes.
So new episodes release on Thursdays. It's on most of the major podcast players as well as YouTube. So some of you know that because you're looking at us. Some aren't though. So if you want to, our YouTube channel is Holy Matrimony Podcast. So that's youtube.com/@holymatrimony. HOLYMATCHRIMONY. Follow us on social media too. Helps us out. We're trying to get Insta famous or whatever, if that's still a thing.
I don't know if that's a thing.
I don't know. But anyway, what we honestly do is we post reels sometimes, updates on the podcast, things like that. So we are on X and Instagram at Holy Matrimony. Same spelling.
Yes. So please follow us, like the videos, comment, subscribe, rate, review, all those fun things to let us know how we're doing. It helps us out. We want to hear from you. Just please go on there and let us know.
Exactly. But yeah, speaking of spelling, I really need somebody to let me know this holy moly situation.
I mean,
because we know, like in Austin Powers, guacamole, like
yes,
that is MOLE.
Yes,
like a mole, but guacamole.
Holy moly.
Yeah, so it could be spelled like that too, but I don't think it's a Spanish thing. So
yeah,
I feel like that's the most like Midwestern, like holy moly, like that's where it started.
Yes. I don't know, like I'm pretty sure there's that show. We'll have to look at what that show is spelled like.
No, but that show's like new. I'm talking like where did this originally come from?
I don't know.
Like the phrase holy moly.
I don't know.
I know you don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I'm not a word historian. Is
that a thing?
I don't know.
I have pretty good memory, so if like you just sit me down and like make me read a bunch of stuff, I'll remember that. So I'd be like a word historian.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's
like the etymology. Is that what's called? Etymology?
For a second, I was like, isn't that plants? But I think that's entomology. Okay, obviously we're not, like word smart, I guess. I could spell really well, but I don't know what it means.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not the biggest word fan, I like to use as little words as possible.
Like in
The Office.
The Office, Kevin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I use lot words when little words do trick. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But that's not what we're talking about either, actually.
No, not words. I mean, this could be I don't know what to debate about words here, but no, this is definitely about movies.
Yes, movies.
And maybe TV, but
yeah, and maybe some TV shows. So
and you're like, what? Why movies, you ask?
Why movies?
Well, everybody watches movies. Well, maybe.
Not everybody. I find people just don't watch movies.
That have never watched a movie, though.
I'm not saying never watch a movie, but you ask them, like, oh, what's your favorite movies? And they're just like, I don't really watch movies.
I want to hug those people. There has to have been something that happened in their life that would make you just be like, yeah, I don't really like movies. Why?
There's people out there.
And I'm not even saying you have to like all movies, but like there's not like a type of movie. There's not like a movie. Like, I honestly am sad for them.
I know, but we watch movies like too much.
Yeah, but I'm not saying they have to be like me, but like there are people who I don't like movies. What do you like? What do you mean? What about the movie? So for those of you out there, what about the movie do you not like? Is it the time?
They just don't like movies.
But what? That's what I said. But what happened to them? You know what I mean?
If you're one of those people, answer us, please. We'd like to know.
Yeah, like I feel like that's
come on
sad.
Our podcast. Tell us. We'll discuss.
Well, because it's not even if they're like, well, I just don't. I'm like a really outdoorsy person. I don't like technology. No, but like everyone's seen a movie. Okay.
Yeah. If you're out, like very outdoorsy, like all right, there's movies for that. You watch 127 Hours. It's a movie about outdoors.
That is actually true. There's a lot of outdoor movies.
Yeah.
But also like I've seen people like go camping and they'll put like almost like a projector screen up. So they have their tents and they have like a big canvas.
Yeah.
And they're watching movies. I don't know where the electricity is, but they're doing it.
Yeah.
So I don't see why that matters.
Yeah, I don't know either, but that's not me. I like movies.
No, we really like movies. We watch a
Yes.
lot of movies.
But also, we kind of don't like movies sometimes. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, recently I haven't really liked movies, but it's not movies in general. It's current movies,
Yes.
or it's like the current climate of movies.
So is that what you want to talk about today, then? Current climate of movies?
I mean, do you? Because you'll defend all these movies.
Defends a
So we're
strong
gonna get in a
word.
fight. Let
Let
them
them
fight.
fight.
That's from Godzilla, guys.
Godzilla.
Wait, is that one just called Godzilla also?
Godzilla. Just called Godzilla.
But not like old school Godzilla. It's not like the 2000 Godzilla. This is
No, not
like
the
the.
1998 Godzilla, which you love for some
That's a
reason.
good
It's
movie.
not.
It's a good
The Matthew
movie.
Broderick Godzilla. We're not
Yeah.
just. I promise, guys, we're not just gonna drop movie. We'll probably just drop a whole bunch of movie references this episode.
This
But
was I don't know, 2014, 15, 16. I don't know when that one came
the
out.
the
The one
most
with
recent,
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
yes, that's just called Godzilla.
Yeah, yeah. And I can't remember the actor's name. I'm so bad. Let them fight.
Ken Watanabe.
Thank you. I knew you would know his name.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, so we say that a lot. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna fight.
We're gonna fight about
But speaking of
movies.
Godzilla, we did see the newest Godzilla, not in theaters, but we watched recently that
Yes,
Godzilla.
X Kong, the
Oh yeah,
Hidden Empire, or whatever it's called.
yeah, like a collab.
Yeah, the collab Godzilla X Kong.
Like, where do we go as society? That the new Godzilla Kong movie is Godzilla X Kong. Like they
I
collabed.
think movies would be better if they were X. Like like Batman v Superman would have been better if it was
No,
Batman
but that
X Superman.
no. But listen, V means they're against each other, so that one made sense. But when they went to Justice League, it shouldn't have been called Justice League. It should have been Batman X
X
Superman.
Superman.
And they
Yes.
did. They're collabing against
Yeah.
an enemy.
The Avengers, instead of being Avengers, it should be like Iron Man X Captain America.
Yeah, whoever like the next main character is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Okay. Well, anyways, we watched that one.
We did, and it was all right.
It was alright.
Yeah, like, it was okay. But I guess we didn't expect much. I mean, the one thing we were shocked at is that it wasn't 3 hours long.
Yeah, so let's start there.
Yeah.
Why are movies nowadays ridiculously long for no reason?
Yeah, I think there was like a comedy movie that was like over 2 hours. No comedy, and I stand by this. You guys can find me in the comments. No comedy should be over 2 hours long.
Yeah,
None.
I agree. There was an anime movie we were gonna watch that was like a kids animated movie.
Yeah, wasn't it Wish or something?
No, I think it was Puss in Boots because we didn't watch it.
Oh my. Yeah, and it was
was
like 2 hours and 12 minutes or something.
Yeah, so why are movie? I'm not talking Oppenheimer, right? That Oppenheimer should be long. I get that.
But that one of those should come out once, like in every few years. Like a
Yes.
3 hour like epic, or like that one's like a biopic. I don't know
Kind
though.
of, yeah. A
you know,
biopic.
a biopic, biopic surgery. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, like Christopher Nolan, people like that, they can make a 3 hour long movie once in a while.
Yes, but like, why is an average movie that you're just gonna watch, especially you're at comedy movies, they don't need.
Yes.
Why are they so long?
Like dumb action movies. Like, why are they? Who has the time? Like, how many of you are sitting there with 3 hours worth of time? And not just once. We're talking like every movie that comes out. There's been some scary movies, and oh, I love horror.
Yes.
That'll be a whole
whole
other topic for a different day. But not one horror movie should be over 2 hours. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, and that's I guess the problem that I have is like I go to watch a movie, and then it's like over 2 hours long, and like if it's just over maybe, but like you get like 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I'm like I don't need
No.
to. Hot take here, and you guys might not like this, and people are gonna like this, but like if as a director you can't get your point across in an hour and 45 minutes, like what are you doing?
Oh, dang. Oh,
They used to do it all the time.
You better hope Redditors don't hear this, because
know.
the
And I'm not-
Reddit
again,
crowd's coming out for you.
There's some stories that deserve it. I understand that, but like, and I'm not gonna just dog on these movies because I enjoy them. But like Fast and Furious, if you can't get your point across in less than in an hour and 59 minutes, then what are we doing here?
Especially because we're on like Fast and Furious 13 or something at this point.
Yeah, X, right? Fast 10 is the
No,
most
I know,
recent,
but
like,
let's be real. We're gonna get there.
but like it was too long. I watched it. It was fine. It was too long.
Yeah, because we've already watched 9 other Fast and Furious movies. Plus, the storylines are very basic, which is fine. I'm not mad at that. Like, especially just like good old classic, like kind of dumb action.
Yes.
But that's what I'm watching it for. I'm not trying to sit there for 2.5 hours.
Yes.
I'm not. It doesn't make sense.
And like, I guess it just logistically doesn't make sense to me, right? Historically, movies you want them to be shorter because you get to play them more in the theaters. Therefore, more people get to buy tickets and go see them.
Yes.
So why are they now having 3-hour movies that
Hmm.
people have to go see? That
Well,
doesn't make sense to me.
but apparently they also think that people just have time now. I mean,
Yeah.
what I see from online and people I know, nobody has time. So how are we watching 3 hour long movies? I don't know. Now I've said this, and you don't agree with every movie, but I believe every single movie ever made can cut at least 5 minutes. At least.
I mean,
Some more. And this is even before the 3 hour thing. I think if you just go back, every movie could cut 5 minutes.
I could see that. I mean, I don't know every
Every single
movie,
movie.
but
Every
like
single movie
a
ever made.
lot of movies.
Even like those little shorts that are 10 minutes. Well, should have been
5
should have
minutes.
been five.
Like, I don't think that all y'all need to, but could they all cut? Probably.
100. That's why I didn't. I say they need to. I said they could
You know,
easily cut at least 5 minutes.
like we recently watched, not right now, not recently, but we watched Dune 2. It's
Oh
a good movie.
no, they could have cut 30.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Sorry, Denis Villeneuve or whatever.
But it's too
Great
long.
actor or not actor? Great director. Good movies. You could have cut some time.
Right? That Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, too long.
Oh
It's good, really good, right?
yeah, but
Too long.
yeah, yeah. Some of the shots and stuff. Like maybe it was the talking. I don't know. I think every movie could. I'm not saying needs to or should, but could cut 5 minutes.
Yeah, so that's where I wanted to start today, at least,
Hmm.
is just talk through that, because I just don't understand it. Some of these movies.
Well, and we hit the 30 mark, in life.
Yes.
I I can't not go to the bathroom in 3 hours. Like,
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit, especially when you're like in a theater eating some popcorn, drinking because it's salty popcorn, so you're
drink your
drinking
sody pop.
sody pop or
Mm-hmm.
whatever,
Yep.
you just water, and you're like, ah, yep, gotta go back, and then it's like always the worst time, right? Because if it's a 3 hour long movie, you're like 2.5 hours in, you're like, oh, this is the best part, but now I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you don't have to go to the bathroom at the halfway mark, which is not in a 3 hour long movie. The halfway mark is nothing.
Right,
I'm sorry,
correct. An
guys.
hour
It
and a
is.
half in, you're
But you
nothing
don't have to go to the
happened.
bathroom then. You have to go to the bathroom at the 2 hour mark because our bodies were trained that
Yes.
movies are 2 hours. But by the 2 hour mark, we're at the end. We're at the last act of the movie.
Yes.
So I mean, good for the young kids out there.
Yeah, I
They
guess.
can watch these 3 hour long movies. For us adults, we need to like go to the bathroom within 3 hours.
Well, and then let's say we're seeing it at home, right? Well, okay,
Mhm.
at some point you got to pause it to do
Mhm.
this, and then like you're out of it. Like you just paused it. You get to get back into it. Like
Plus, when you're at home, you're like, oh, pause, I have to go to the bathroom. They're like, oh, wait, pause it, I want another snack.
yes,
And like, you just keep
I
pausing
get it. That's like a problem. Like that's a us problem. I understand that. But if it wasn't 3 hours long, there's
Mhm.
a chance I could just get through in one sitting.
Oh, for sure. But I've been saying that these movies are too long. Now, that is one of my biggest beefs with the modern movie.
Hmm.
But you know me. I think I'm more mad at the movies themselves. They're just not good. Or, and this is where you and I disagree a lot. To me, like the creativity, originality, the art of movies is dying, if not dead in some areas already.
Yes. So I don't know that we disagree because I agree with some of that. You're right. Not
Mhm.
fully though.
Mhm.
And I think where we disagree with you use the word originality.
Mhm.
And I think it's the uniqueness. I think movies have always been kind of unoriginal, but the uniqueness is different.
No, we have gone away from originality when we have 4 Marvel movies a year.
I mean, okay, yeah, I'm not saying it's not too much. I agree, but like also movies just aren't unique anymore.
But I agree with that. But maybe they would be if these studios, talking to you studios,
Studio
um,
executives.
and I'm not saying not care about money or business, but you are putting money over any artistic integrity, over any artistic integrity at all.
Yeah, like I guess like I do think there's a balance. I think that studios, if they listened, they could still make money and be unique.
100%.
But I guess I'm the person, especially when it comes to like, let's take superhero movies. Like, well,
Mm-hmm.
technically by their nature, they're unoriginal, right? Because they came from a comic book source or something. They came from something else.
Yes.
So they're not an original concept. And I think
No.
that you can still have a good movie that's not from an original concept if it's unique.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but the thing is too is if they weren't trying to pump out 4 movies a year, it would be more unique. None of it can be unique, so if we're using your word, if they are just trying to get out as many in a year as possible. Superhero movies have been around forever. Like, I
Yeah, I
mean, I
mean,
don't
a
even
long
know when,
time, at
like the
least.
like original Batman,
The
Superman.
90s and stuff, 80s.
Oh, more earlier than that.
Well, yeah, the good ones. I'm
No,
just
but
kidding.
like no, but I'm just saying the concept of a
Yeah, it
superhero,
has been
right?
around for a long time. Yes,
So, and they all came from comic books. So yeah, they're technically not original in that sense.
correct.
But when you're only releasing a superhero movie once every few years, even once a year, but that's gone now. Now it's
Yes.
just how many can we pump out, how fast can we pump them out, and how much money can we make off of them. It's not about are we making good movies anymore? Are we picking the right people to make these movies? Are we giving the right people the artistic chance to make a movie? No, it's just make the movie and make me hundreds of millions of dollars. And I don't care if it's good anymore.
No, and I mean, I see that point, and I think I agree that I think that's what's going on. I think it's these studios are pumping these movies with a ton of money, expecting them to do a ton of money, and they don't because they're not original because people don't want to see them because people don't care.
But actually, because this is talking to William
Hmm?
and all of the rest of the Star Wars superhero, the nerds. Okay, all you fans out there, you guys are still giving them money. Sometimes not as much as they want, right? Some movies are just flopping.
Mm-hmm.
Some are still making money, and this is why they keep doing it. You go online, and it's all complaints. That's all it is. Oh, this movie sucked. This movie sucked. Oh my gosh, they watched the preview. Oh, that looks bad. Or why did they cast this person? And what do you guys do? You still go and watch that movie. You still go buy the ticket. You still go buy all the stuff. So they will never stop as long as they're making money. And instead of you guys just saying these are bad and I'm no longer going to give them my money until they make good movies, you're like, oh my gosh, it's Marvel though. Wait, Iron Man 8 is Iron Man though. Oh my, wait, what? They're doing another event. Oh my gosh, but it's the Avengers though. Right?
Yeah, I mean, we've had
That's
this
exactly what you guys sound like too.
discussion off camera. Uh,
A million times.
yes, I see your point, you know, but you also have to understand that it's hard when we grow up with something so important to us, like in our childhood, and then we see it come to screen, and we're like, I need to see it.
But
I need it.
you're okay with that importance of your childhood being demolished for
No, but I
money.
need to see it.
No, but you
But I
guys
need to
are.
see it.
No, but you guys are, and that's why it's bad. That's
So,
why, like, what was it, like a year, maybe 2 years ago, Martin Scorsese talked about the Marvel movies and the
yes,
fact that they're destroying, like, creativity within
yes.
movies, right? And everyone was so mad at him. He wasn't wrong. And I think now they're seeing it more and more. The more Marvel movies coming out that suck, they're seeing it.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Here's the thing. I want to argue with you,
Mhm.
but I think we've talked. I'm starting to see your point of view now.
I'm very convincing.
You're very convincing. Well, but I've also agreed, like, especially, I know we're going, this topic's going away from movies a little bit, but even like TV shows, I've
Hmm.
agreed, yeah, I might give something a chance, but if it's not good in the first few episodes, I'm not watching it anymore.
But you used to not do that.
I used to not do that. Yes, I used to just watch it anyways.
And that's what I'm saying. As long as they get views, why would they stop making
Right.
it?
But that's where I'm starting to agree with you. Like,
Mhm.
some of these movies coming out, I'm going to, maybe historically I would just go see it,
Mhm.
no matter what. But now I'm going to watch a trailer and see if the trailer looks good. And if it doesn't look good, then I won't go see it.
Yeah, which I've had to convince you of that for so long.
Because there's been some movies that recently that I would just historically have just gone to see, and I watched a trailer for it instead, and I said, you know what? I don't think I need to see it, and I
No, yeah.
haven't seen it.
Mhm.
So I'm starting to come across to your point of view.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I mean, because so we haven't yet, which I know some of you are gonna be like, "Wow, it's been weeks." We have not yet seen Deadpool Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Apparently, that one's really good,
Yes.
according to everyone online, reviews, everything. We'll see when we go see it.
We do plan on seeing it.
Yeah, we are. We just we're also not the people who like to go to the theater right
That's
when things come out and it's
no,
busy.
we could talk about that later if we need to. 'Cause that might be a different topic. I don't know, but yeah,
But yeah, we like to wait a few weeks and then go when nobody's there so we could just enjoy the movie ourselves.
yeah. Preferably have the whole thing to ourselves. That'd be great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. If not, two other people, and those people are doing the same thing, so they're just minding their business watching the movie.
Yeah, we go at like noon on a Tuesday or something. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yeah, so we will go see that soon, and then I'll let you guys know. But the last like really good Marvel movie. Now I know obviously my opinion's gonna be way different than yours, but even within like the superhero fandom,
Yes.
I haven't seen a hype for a Marvel movie or like somebody be like, "Wow, that was a really good Marvel movie" in years.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously I heard good things about like most recent Guardians, which we saw not in theaters. We saw it
Mm-hmm.
though. Before that, like the most recent Spider-Man, people liked. But I think that like the last like really good Marvel movie was probably Endgame.
Yeah. Which, oh, that movie easily could have cut 20 minutes.
Yeah, that was a really long
Just
movie.
so you guys know.
But
Yeah.
and so Marvel, ever since they did that, it's like they've produced a few good ones, but
Like,
nothing
all right one. Or like good. Nothing like great.
right. And so I think that's it. But they've also produced a lot of movies, and so it's like that's probably the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Like part of it, so like in school, when you get like a grade, right? Like anything out of 10 kind of sucked in a way.
Yeah.
Because if you get 8 out of 10, well, that's a B automatically.
Yeah.
So I only missed 2 questions. So when you have like lesser numbers, you have a greater chance of failing.
Yes.
But I also think if you have too many numbers at some point, especially within the movie realm, you're going to have a better chance of failing.
Yeah.
Because percentage wise, it might not look as bad, the good movies compared to the bad. But you're making so many movies, they're just all bad now. Now you're ruining your percentage.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that I mean, especially when it comes to like superhero movies, I do agree. I think just unoriginality. They're
Mm-hmm.
spending too much money on these things.
Like my thing is I have to know, like I know in my head, and so unless somebody in like the movie industry can tell me otherwise, but I doubt it. I know there's got to be great concepts out there.
Yeah.
There might even be great scripts that studios aren't buying or they haven't made, but for sure I know the creativity, the amount of people in this world who are writers, want to be writers, directors, all of it. I know there's really good ideas out there.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't they being used? And this is where I think it's all about money. They know. So Marvel, right? Well, pump them out, people go see them. But I even think not superheroes. We're seeing a lot of movies being made about characters that people know. So right, like Barbie. And now I heard Barbie was really good. I know, crazy. I haven't seen Barbie. I'm like a hipster, so I don't just do
Yeah,
things
just because
people tell me.
something's hyped,
Um,
see it.
and so I'm not saying that, but just that's like a good example, like Barbie, right? We're doing remakes, reboots,
Yes.
sequels a million times over. I think, and I kind of understand the way people are and like the simplicity of like the human mind in some aspects. They're gonna go see something they recognize or that they like know before they'll like take a step out. Especially I think in today's day with all the technology and stuff, people they just don't take as much time to be in the moment and really focus on what's going on. So if they
Yes.
see a movie and they're like, I don't even know, like even if they don't watch the trailer, they just see like a title and they're like, I don't know what that is. They might just ignore it. Whereas, oh, Barbie, well, we know what Barbie is, and so they pay more attention. They're gonna go see it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's you're accurate. Like think about the last few years, seen some really good movies that didn't really do well at the box office
Yes.
because people didn't know what they were.
Yeah, and
Right.
they won't take their time
But
for
there's
that.
some really good movies out there. But people
Mm-hmm.
didn't look like there if a lot of original concept stuff doesn't do well
Mm-hmm.
for that reason exactly.
Yeah, and even if it's not fully original, right? Because I don't, gosh, it was years and years and years ago. I heard that pretty much everything is like Shakespeare,
Yes.
right? Everything has some essence of whether it's a tragedy, a comedy, whatever, right? And I believe in that. We've been around for so long.
Yes.
I don't know if anything really can be original anymore. But to me, what makes it even less original is, oh, we're just rebooting a movie again, and we're not even gonna do it well, which is crazy. Sometimes, but a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times they're not done well.
Right.
Or yeah, we're just gonna find a concept. Because I told you this too. I read a lot of books.
Yes.
Gosh, there's so many books I've read that I'm like, this would make a great movie or TV series. And you just don't see that. No, there's been a couple they've done though that they've completely butchered. So I
Right.
don't understand that.
Well, I got an idea for that. We'll get into here in a little bit
Okay.
because I want to talk about that.
Okay.
But before there, yeah, I do think it is crazy, like just how much of this stuff. I mean, again, I love superheroes. Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. But why do we need three different versions of Spider-Man in the big screen? Four if you count the animated Miles Morales. Like
All at the same time
all
too.
around the same time. Within the last 20, well now 24 years. Right, first one came out in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
So in the last 24 years, we've essentially had four different Spider-Man.
Yeah, which is crazy.
That's ridiculous. Like what? We couldn't come up with a new concept,
Oh, 100%.
or we
Like,
couldn't just stick with the same one and it just go like I do feel like that's really crazy that like there's something there that we didn't like. There's good content out there for that, and we just don't do it right.
well, yeah, because comic books, I mean, it's infinite.
Yes.
Now, there are some, like, comic book characters that's like Wallman or something stupid. Like, that's not real, but, like.
Yeah, but like there's some ones that like obviously you're not gonna make.
But they also have a lot. And it's like, but you're just going to keep making Spider Man into 80 different actors. And like you said, like 20 years. I mean, 24, but That's
Yeah.
crazy. 20 years
Mm-hmm.
when once Tom Holland came on. So that was within 20 years that we had, well, four, because I think the Miles Morales was out. Four
Yeah.
different Spider-Men at once.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, and then when you look at it, they're like so superheroes. Let's just keep taking superheroes and comic book characters, right? They're always super nervous. Well, Iron Man wasn't a super known comic book character, but
Hmm.
his movie did really well.
Yes.
Guardians were not known, and Guardians of the Galaxy did really well.
Hmm.
So like, they've proven that they can take unknown comic characters and make really good movies. I don't know why they're not doing that.
Yeah, they just had, because see, and then when they first did these, they had really good actors, good directors. Like, I think they did well picking who was going to make these movies well.
Yes.
And now, and what I think is unfortunate, and this is where, like, for directors, I would love to know why you guys accept this. We've had some of these Marvel movies, because just that's a good one to talk about. Like Fast and Furious, all of those, right? They've had really good directors,
Yes.
and then their movie doesn't do well. So it's either because for some reason maybe they weren't a director for that type of movie.
Yes.
They weren't given like full like creative freedom, or it's just because how many more Marvel movies do we need before we're sick of them? Like, so I feel like they're almost going to start ruining directors like these, and they're trying to find a lot of new director, or not even new, but they're trying to give people opportunities
Yes.
instead of right because what who Jay wait no who did Guardians?
Gunn. James Gunn.
Okay, James Gunn. Like a lot of these other ones were already like very established directors, right?
Yes.
So you're going to try to get directors who they only have one or two things, some none, and you're going to try to give them this opportunity. And to me, you're going to ruin their career because you're going to give them a movie that just was terrible.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's been countless stories of directors like the example like the first Ant Man. The original director of Ant Man was going to be Edgar Wright, who
Hmm.
did like Shaun of the Dead, right? So completely different types of things.
Yeah.
And their whole reports were that like he didn't continue with it because he wasn't. They didn't like the story way that he was going, right?
Okay. Hmm.
And then obviously Marvel wants it to fit into their bigger universe, and he wasn't trying to do that. So like
Yes.
you have this opportunity to have a director do something new and fresh with something, and they'd get rid of him because they didn't like the story way the way that his story was going.
Yeah, because they're just thinking 10 years down the line how much money they're going to make by releasing all these movies instead of
Yes.
just making a story.
Yeah. I mean, there's a similar concept, and I personally like the movie. I think it was fine. I don't know if even if it would have been better, but the Solo movie, like
Hmm.
Star Wars Solo, right?
Hmm.
The original directors, I cannot remember their names, but the same people that did like the Lego Star or
Oh,
the Lego
Lego
movie and
movie.
stuff.
Hmm.
Yes. Um, all accounts is that they were gonna do it super funny, make
Hmm.
like a super funny movie, and Star Wars Lucasfilm didn't like that, so they stopped them. Right?
Uh, I think I'm seeing a pattern here, real quick.
Yes.
Who did you say?
Star Wars, the Lucasfilm,
And
Marvel.
Marvel? I wonder who they're all owned by.
That's true. It is, the Mouse's house.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not. I mean, they're not the only one. There's been accounts of
Oh, yeah, they do
Warner
it.
Brothers doing it with DC. Look at the Zack Snyder cut.
Oh, for sure. No, no, no. I'm not saying it's just them, but it does seem like they're getting worse and worse as they go.
Yes.
Because even the animated movies, we're not understanding why they're not doing as well. And I
Yes.
mean, it's not like it's Walt Disney's been gone for a long time. They've made good movies since he's been gone. But all of a sudden, it's like, okay.
Yeah. So that gets into
So maybe it's too much money? Maybe
too
it's
much money.
a monopoly?
It could be that. It could be
Like,
that.
like the game.
Oh, I mean, watch out. They might do a movie.
I've
of
never
that
understood
too.
what they meant by monopoly because I'm like, oh, like the game?
Yeah, but they're probably gonna do a Monopoly game at some point. A movie. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, don't tell them that. I'm
Let's
just
do
kidding, guys. I know what a monopoly is. But anyway,
it.
um,
Well, so that.
wait, would it be animated?
Oh no, you gotta do it like real life, right?
So who's gonna like the iron and like the thimble?
No,
Or
it'll be
wait,
somebody who like
thimble? Is that what it was?
maybe like a seamstress,
Ah,
right?
okay.
The dog
Okay.
would be like a dog walker. I already thought of this. Come on,
Well,
don't.
they've made a lot of CGI animated dogs. That could be, or like CGI dogs. It could look good.
No, but like I already thought about this. I already thought about this. You make a movie like Rat Race, but it's called Monopoly. Don't worry. I already thought of this whole movie. But this isn't what we're
Okay.
talking about.
Okay.
We'll do that one day. Holy script writing podcast.
Oh yeah, Holy Ideas podcast, and
Yes.
we have a lot of
Yes.
ideas, guys.
Um.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That would not be a Disney movie though. That would for sure be like a. I think Warner Brothers might. Universal. Universal would do it for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm trying to think of whoever does the Transformers and stuff. I think they own like the toys. So like
Universal, I think.
I
Does
think it's
Transformers.
Universal. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So,
then yeah, they're for sure doing it.
yeah. All
Okay.
right. I'll call them up. Head
Yeah,
of
we'll let
Universal,
you know.
Mr. Universal.
I know Triple H. You call him a lot.
Yes.
He's got to know somebody.
Yeah. I'm sure.
You'll get some hookups.
Get some
Yeah.
connections for sure. Yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
Uh, We'll do a WX Monopoly and get some wrestlers in there too or something.
Oh, there's all. Hey, they love putting wrestlers in movies now,
Movies.
which fine.
Yeah, let's do it.
Somebody will be, yeah, for sure.
Let's do it.
A wrestler will be one of the
Cody Rhodes
characters.
as the dog.
Shut
Anyways,
up. Stop.
the point that I was gonna get to here earlier was I do think that like we've heard more and more stories of like directors and writers like writing movies and shows
Hmm.
based on something, and they themselves admit they've never seen the thing it's based on.
Oh gosh,
And
it's
so it's
just
like,
so stupid.
why would you do that? Like I'm trying
It's
to
so
think.
stupid.
I can't remember what the other one. I was reading one about something coming out. I can't remember. It was like a game or something.
Hmm.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, we've never played the game."
Okay, are you just, is that like rage bait at this point?
Yeah,
Like,
like
what do you mean? Why would you make a movie about something you don't know?
right. But we hear more and more all the time that they do that. So like I don't know if studios again it's money thing and they're like, well, we have this concept, we have the rights to this concept, let's make a movie, and then somebody's like, well, what's it about? Like I don't know, just write it.
Okay, yeah, see, that's because I also think the other side of that spectrum can be really dangerous as well. You don't want somebody who's such a fan of something, like so much of a fan to make something either. Because
Agreed.
I don't think, I think like they can't see through their
Well,
own like ideas, but you also don't want somebody who doesn't even know what it's about.
well, yeah, like let's take like so books and video games, right?
Mm-hmm.
I understand they're not a direct translation to movies or
100%.
TV shows, like they're not,
100%.
right? So like let's take, I'm trying to think, like okay, a few years ago that Mortal Kombat movie came
Mm-hmm.
out. You don't really play Mortal Kombat, you know what it is, but you've never really played it,
I've
right?
like when I was young, I had like boy cousins and stuff, so
Right.
I've played it, but I don't
But you
play
weren't
it.
into the story or anything of it, right?
No, you just, I would just like click buttons. I didn't know
Yeah.
what I was doing
Pick a
until,
character that looks cool and pick and click.
and I must have been really fast because I always won, even though I didn't
Yes.
know the moves. But yeah, for sure.
Right. And so it's kind of same here. Like I like Mortal Kombat. That was cool. Obviously, I like fighting and stuff, but I didn't know the story.
Hmm.
That movie was a pretty good movie.
It was, yeah,
They definitely
surprisingly.
could tell. Right. You could tell that they probably have people that have played Mortal Kombat,
Mhm.
but they also didn't make a story that was too confusing like the video games can be, from what I've heard.
Well, but that's what I mean. You don't want somebody too much of a fan because then
Right.
they put like weird stuff that like the general public can't watch.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I understand there needs to be a balance, but like I mean, from everything I've heard, I haven't seen it yet. So again, disclaimer: I've not seen this movie. From everything I've heard, the example of like the Borderlands movie is terrible.
Yeah, we've heard terrible things. The Rotten Tomatoes score was not good for, I don't know where it is now, but when we last looked, like last week, it was terrible.
Like 3% or something.
Yeah, it climbed to 4% was the last I saw.
Yeah.
It's probably more now. And we didn't
Yes.
have audience score, but by all accounts online, it was
Right.
awful.
So I do want to see it eventually, maybe when it comes out. I'm not gonna pay money for it, but that's a game that we both really enjoy.
Oh yeah, we've played, I think we played like Borderlands 1 through multiple times.
Yes.
And then we've,
played the second one.
second one, I think all the way through.
Yes, and we started the third one at least.
Is that which one's the pre-sequel?
The pre-sequel's a third. Well, there's a 3 now, but there's also a pre-sequel.
Yeah, the pre-sequel we like tried.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, we like that game.
So even when that first came out and I heard the casting, I was like, that casting's off. I'm not even saying they're bad cast,
No.
but the casting doesn't match the characters.
Yes.
And so in my mind, I was like, whoever wrote this / directed, I'm not trying to talk crap about them at all, but clearly they don't. I felt like they didn't know the essence of what the characters were because the casting just wasn't right from the start.
And it's like, it's not that they had to play all of Borderlands, but
No.
you didn't even you meet the characters like right away in Borderlands.
Yes.
You didn't even open it up and watch the opening sequence of the game and then, I don't know, maybe played like 10 minutes.
Right. And
I
maybe
don't get it.
maybe they did, and I don't know the story. Maybe it's better than people are saying it is. I don't know. But
Yes.
just from what I've heard, right?
Yes.
Like, but I saw that right away, and I was
Mhm.
like, I don't think I'm gonna like this, just based on who the casting was.
Well, and my thing is too, because I don't want to put it on the director. Everybody, the writers, the casting directors, obviously the actual director, anybody doing like the editing,
Right.
none of you, like, there was never a point. And here's the thing, it might happen. There's somebody that's like, hey guys, this isn't Borderlands.
Yes.
Or but they just don't have a say, I guess, or by then it's too late. But like nobody was upset by that. Like, you guys put that movie out confidently. Is
Yes.
and now we might take that back when we see it and we think it's better than the critics said.
Right.
But even there's like fans online that said it was terrible. So you're saying that you were okay putting your name on that and putting it out.
Right. Exactly. And like you said, maybe we watch it and we're like, actually, it's pretty good. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I have done that before. I've watched movies that people said were bad, and I thought they're okay.
Well, of course.
But
This is all subjective.
yeah, 100%. And but it does just from the outside looking in. Even when I saw the first trailer, I was like, yeah, I don't think I like that casting. I don't. Which when casting is wrong like that, there's a good indication to me that like somebody isn't a fan or somebody doesn't know what
Yes.
this thing is.
Yeah, like because it could be great actors, but that doesn't mean every actor fits every role.
Right.
So, and I'm not. Sometimes it's not even look wise. It's
No.
like the things these actors do, their personalities don't always fit. So who did that? And most of the time when that happens, not always, most of the time, it is actually bad. Like they weren't cast well.
Yes. And that's usually my guess. If I had to guess why it was probably some kind of studio interference. They probably wanted some bigger names that don't necessarily fit, but because they're a big name, they're going to draw people in. You know. I also think there's the problem based on what I heard. The budget was crazy. That
Mm-hmm.
maybe they just the budget like also their budgets are too high. Like why do we spend so much making these movies?
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, but that's why I said it all goes back to money. It's like the studio greed. And that's why like a lot of it I do question like the directors and the writers and stuff, but I do honestly wonder how much. It's like they had something in the studio just nixed it.
Yeah.
And
Like
but like guys, I get it. Money is important. They're a business, right? And this is how they make money to make more whatever. I get that. But it's like too far now. It's like greed at this point.
well yeah, but also like to me stuff doesn't make sense. Like it's studio agreed. Well, wouldn't you want to spend less money on your movie to make more money?
Yes.
Like why are we spending hundreds of millions of dollars on movies when we've seen really good movies on like way less budgets? I'm not saying you go
Hmm.
back, but like you can scale it down some.
But it's because they don't care. Like you said, they're either paying the actors too much, like actors that shouldn't be cast either in the movie at all or in the character they're in, just because they wanted a big name.
Right.
They also spend so much money on marketing, which I understand. Marketing's huge, right? Well, and I do know the marketing budget's always different than the production budget, but
Yes.
they're not spending the money where they should, or they are spending too much money in places they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because we've also seen some movies where they have really high budgets and they're like sci-fi movies, whatever, and the CGI is not good. What did you spend the money on then?
Yes, we have seen that. Now we've seen some really high budgets. CGI is great, right?
Yeah, and then the acting's not good. I sometimes they're just good, but sometimes they have something off.
Yeah, but we've also like we've seen, I can forgive like a sci-fi movie
Mm-hmm.
that has a low budget that
Mm-hmm.
has not the best
Oh,
CGI
100%.
if the rest of the movie is good.
Yeah. Yes, I do not care. Well, sorry, except the original Star Wars. You know me, I have so much trouble with the puppets. But anyway, but when it comes to CGI, I mean, we grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s. This was like infant CGI.
Yes.
I can forgive bad CGI if the movie's good.
Yeah, we've even watched like movies that people probably say that aren't that great, right? But like, and the CGI is like okay, but if they're a decent movie, I'll give you an example that we have.
Mm-hmm.
The movie 65.
69.
69?
65?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely not 69. They would
Yeah,
not
it's
have called the
definitely
movie
not. I was like,
69.
wait a second.
Yeah, they do. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
the one with
The dinosaur
the
one.
dinosaur one where he goes, what?
It's Adam Driver.
Thank you, Adam Driver.
And yes,
But
it's 65 million years ago.
yes,
Yeah.
by all accounts, not the best movie in the world. We
No.
enjoyed it. You like dinosaurs,
Well, it's just basic. Oh my gosh, I will watch any dinosaur movie. I don't care.
right?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what the budget was, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like essentially two actors on a green screen
Mm-hmm.
with giant dinosaurs, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a decent little movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it didn't have a crazy huge budget.
And it still looked fine.
It looked fine. We
Like,
forgave it.
but that's what I mean. But when Marvel's releasing a movie and we're told they had a $500 million budget, and I'm not saying Marvel's done it, but
Yes.
that's an example. And then there's parts where the CGI looks bad. Well, where did the money go?
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused. Like, I mean, I didn't watch it. You watched it. Speaking of shows, the Amazon Lord of the Rings show.
Yeah.
They had a $1 billion budget, right?
Yep.
Now, you said, and by all accounts I heard, visually, they really did kill it.
It looked good. It looked good.
Was it, but the show itself, was it a $1 billion show?
No.
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 So I'm glad you made it look great. That's cool.
Yeah.
But you spent $1 billion on a show that wasn't good? Where is that logic at?
Well, no, I agree. I mean, especially when I think of like shows that are like that,
Mhm.
like okay, one of my favorite shows, and I'm it's going back here. It was Spartacus back in the day.
Oh, yeah, and that
By
was
all
so
accounts, I agree. Spartacus isn't that great of a show, right? But like the acting is what it is. It's pretty
Mhm.
minimal acting.
Mhm.
The CGI is not great.
No, but it's kind of like, at this point, it seems like it's on purpose, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. Right, but like it enthralled me. I had characters I liked.
Mhm.
You have a storyline. How is a show with $1 billion budget doesn't have any of that?
Because here's another thing: simplicity.
Yes.
I've seen like episodes of Spartacus because of you, but I have not watched it through.
Mm.
But I know it was simple.
Yes,
right?
very simple.
Like, I know for a fact that Lord of the Rings show, the reason I didn't watch it is because I know from 10 minutes in, I would have been lost.
Mm-hmm.
I know they put stuff in there that didn't make sense to me. Lord of the Rings fans, maybe, but even they weren't like they said visually it was incredible and there was moments and times it was really good. But most people are like, well, but they should have fixed some stuff. So there needs to be a balance, especially when it comes to like what I call the nerd movies and shows,
Yes.
of giving the fan what they want, but also the general, like somebody who's not a fan or who doesn't know all the little things behind it can watch it and understand it.
Oh, 100%. I mean, do we want to get into like more TV today, or do you want to kind of save that? Because there's a lot of examples on TV of that as well.
We could do like a TV episode
Yeah, we might have to save
because we
that.
TV hits us a lot too sometimes.
Yes.
So yeah, we could do a TV episode. We'll stick this with. I know we've talked about TV shows, but
Yes, but
we'll keep this one to movies.
yeah. Well, then I can even give some example. Like the simplicity thing, I think you're absolutely right. Especially going back to superhero movies,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's just go back there real quick. And remember the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire?
Oh yeah,
Such a simple movie, right? This kid gets
love it.
superpowers. He's got to fight a villain that is there. It all makes sense, right?
Yeah, like I know this is like a controversial thing to say today, but I was a girl,
Yeah.
okay? Like, and I was the girl that sometimes could dabble in like the quote unquote boy movies and
Mm-hmm.
shows, but I really liked girl stuff,
Yeah.
right? I loved Spider-Man.
Right.
Loved it.
Right.
I don't know what it was, but I think it was the simplicity of it, right?
Yes.
Just easy.
So think about like even a movie that let's think about like the most recent Thor movie. That was by all accounts not very good.
Yeah.
We saw it. We didn't think it was very good.
No, it just sucked. We had really we really liked Thor Ragnarok, so we were really hoping.
Yes.
And we really like what's his name? The
Christian.
director?
Oh,
Wait, oh my gosh.
Taika.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
Love him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, can you even tell me the plot of Thor the whatever the
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder? Thank you.
Christian Bale's in it.
Yep.
He's like Fat Thor for a minute, but then they get him to be not Fat Thor again, right? Did that happen in that?
Yeah,
Did I make that up?
that might have happened in the last. I don't remember.
Okay. Anyway, see, I don't know. They're fighting.
No, he's skating through the whole time. That's
Okay,
right.
either fighting Christian Bale because he. All I know is the first scene is like Christian Bale and he's like in a different world or like a different time. Honestly, I don't see. I don't remember. I don't
Right.
know.
Can you tell me the plot of Spider-Man?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You're-
So,
right.
yeah. Well, because first of all, it's like the beginning, so it's like how he gets his thing. It's like the build up with like his family or whatever. He has the green, no, not Green Goblin yet.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh yeah, it is. But it's his like his friend. Like yeah, no, and I haven't seen that movie in years.
Right. So like
And then it's like the dad. It's like well, it's Willem Dafoe.
yes, it's
It's
like
Green Goblin.
Green Goblin.
And, yeah, no, but like I almost could tell you like the whole movie, like the beginning scene, like.
I could 100% tell you the whole movie. I mean, obviously I love it, but
I watched Spider-Man 2 a lot more, which is weird. They're both good, but I really like Spider-Man 2.
right.
Doc Ock was like my thing.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But like, yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder. We just saw that. Not just saw that, but that we saw that more recently than we've seen the Spider-Mans, and I can't tell you really anything about it.
No, I mean that's a lot of like the sequel type ones, especially in the more recent times. I. Mm-mm.
Yeah. That most recent Ant-Man movie was so complicated for no reason.
Well, I mean that's I laughed when you talked about because I immediately thought of Doctor Strange, the second one.
I was gonna say Doctor Strange,
The multiverse
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. I mean, and I understand I'm not like smart when it comes to science and stuff, okay? Obviously some of this stuff is fake, but a lot of this stuff will have basis in, these things. I understand. But I'm also not dumb, okay?
Right.
I don't understand what they're trying to get at, what they're doing. I also understand in Marvel a lot of it is to fit this grand plan they have, so it doesn't have to make sense in the current movie for it to want to come up later. I don't know. That movie, it was a lot for me.
Right. But like,
And I wouldn't even say it's a bad movie,
no,
but it was too much.
that's it's simplicity, right?
Mhm.
Like even I mean, I'm trying to think if there's any non-superhero movies out there that we are just not simple anymore. You know what I mean? Because we don't watch movies like that anymore as much. But
No, I mean, because I even think there's been some scary movies that are like that sometimes. I'm like, hey, I go to watch a scary movie for you to make me jump a couple times. Like I like the little like feels like my heart stopping moments, and just simple, right? It's
yes,
it's either a bad guy chasing killing people, it's a ghost. I just want it to be simple. Okay.
Agreed. I mean, one of the best, in my opinion, scary movies, especially the modern time, I guess, is like The Conjuring. It's
Hmm.
so simple. It's a family that lives in a house. There's
There's a
ghost.
demon.
There's a ghost demon thing. They call those people to get it out.
And now, is it original? No,
No,
because technically these are real people. Now it's debatable whether or not this was real.
but these are real people's
Um,
stories, at
but
least, or
yes,
whatever.
but super simple. Family moves into a house. They open a door that they shouldn't have. There's a demon, and they're possessed, and now they fight a demon. I mean, you can't get a simpler story than that.
Right. But like, even like, take the first one we like, Insidious. Right.
Oh, and see, that was original too. I like that.
Yes. And they keep going with these Insidiouses, and by the time you get to the most recent one, it's
The
like
Netflix one, like the Red Door. Is that
the
what you
Red
mean?
Door.
Or the
Yeah.
Lost Key one? Which
I
one?
don't. The Red Door, the most recent one.
Yeah, it did make sense.
No, they're gotta go through these doors and this other dimension. That's too much.
But that's why I blame Marvel with this dimension stuff and these other worlds. Like, stop it! They made it now. Now my scary movies have to have other worlds. Like, come
Yeah.
on, come
So
on.
like,
And time travel and stuff. Mm-mm.
yeah. So like, it's a lot. I think they're just not going simplified stories. Like, the
Yes,
simpler the story, the better.
I think so because then more people can watch it and see it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's that easy.
Yes. Save the high concept like crazy stories for books and comic books and TV shows. Not even TV shows, but like books, comic books, animated shows, whatever.
But I would even rather it in TV shows. Like, if you know what you're getting into, right? Like, especially with all these streaming services, they have so much on there. You can have some that are really deep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and I think you can have some movies like that, right? But you
Yes.
got to make sure you advertise it as that, like, or like I don't want to say advertise it, but like people know what they're gonna get into when they watch a complicated movie.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, you have to know you're not going to make as much money, but that's fine, right? Because you have some artistic dignity back. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to actually make a movie, not just to make money. And I'm not saying just start losing money on movies, but be smarter with your budget.
Mm-hmm.
Actually make movies. And because I think the public will eventually like follow suit, right? They'll
Yes.
get used to like, oh, we don't just watch 5 Marvel movies in a year. Oh, we actually watch like I actually have to watch a trailer and be like, oh, that actually kind of looks good,
Yes.
and then go see it. And that's how it used to be. That's how it can. I mean, we have the internet. You guys are on there all the time. You're on your phones all the time. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of just watching one Marvel movie's because they put out 5 trailers before the movie, why don't you watch other trailers and say, oh, see, I wouldn't have known that's what that movie was about, but it looks good,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how it used to be.
Yep. 100%.
And then we can actually start watching good movies again.
Yes. Yeah. I mean I can hope that it'll change and they'll start getting good movies again. I don't know. Me and you feel like we're gonna start watching some movies a little more, but I just want them to go back to how it was, you know?
Oh, for sure. And hey, call us for movie trailers. We're like really good at like
Yeah.
making a movie trailer. I don't even have to like write, like, I'll watch the movie and I will make the trailer for you.
Yeah, call me for there's two things I'm good at. One's just general ideas for movies that I'm never gonna write like a script or anything for, but like I got an idea. So
Yeah, he actually has some really good
yeah.
ideas.
The second one's casting. I know that sounds really weird, but you could tell me something and I'll tell you the perfect person to cast in it. So you just gotta have enough money to pay him half the time. But
No, honestly, yeah, you do pretty good at that. Every so often I'll throw something at you and you're like, oh, yeah,
that's
that was
good.
good.
Yes, yes.
No, you and I could pretty much make a whole movie, but without having to write it and direct it and stuff.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. If we could sit with like a script writer and tell them what we wanted,
Mhm.
and then we just go cast it, and I tell the director what I want to do.
Yes.
I don't know. I guess that's producers kind of.
Yeah, but like I need you guys, like, I need you to come in. I'm gonna say, okay, so like your Monopoly movie, like you said, like, okay, so we're gonna make a Monopoly movie, and here's what it's gonna be. Do you know the movie Rat Race? No, okay, well, go watch Rat Race and come back.
Come back.
And then, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So you're gonna have, and you decide who's in the movie. And so you said Cody Rhodes. He can't actually. He doesn't fit anything. But
I'm
just
yeah,
say,
yeah.
you're like, okay, so you're gonna get Cody Rhodes, and then this is what he's gonna do. He's gonna kind of say stuff like this. So figure that out.
Yeah, he's gonna be this kind of character. He's gonna be funny,
Yeah.
quippy,
Yeah.
depressed, whatever it is.
Yeah, and then you're gonna go to the director, and while they're directing, like, okay, actually, I think if it looked like this, and then at the end you'll make the trailer.
Yes.
Yeah,
do
we
that.
can make really good movies. We have really good ideas, and I know most people are like, oh, no, 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 no. This is what we do.
So I mean, I'll even try it. Like, if anybody out there that watches or listens to our podcast is like a scriptwriter, even if it's like not like famous, but you do like local indie
Mhm.
movies, let us know because I'd help with that to get her to
Mhm.
try it.
Oh, for sure.
So let us know. That'd be great.
Yeah, we just are not very, I guess, disciplined, regimented. I don't know, to like write a script.
We're lazy.
I was trying to say it nice.
I'm not gonna say it
Did you
nice.
did you hear that? That was pretty good. And
It
then you're like,
was.
oh, we're lazy. I mean, because I'll like clean.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
too
like,
lazy to clean or like do stuff like that.
no,
But to write a
it just sounds
script,
daunting. It's like, ugh.
also like then I have to be like Peter, hi, Mary, hi.
Yes,
Like, oh my gosh, that's annoying.
that's what you gotta do.
Yeah, but I don't want to do all that. I
I
just want to
know.
like tell you the movie and you like it just come to
I mean,
life.
honestly, you could probably use AI for that at some point.
I refuse.
But
I
the
refuse to buy into. I'm gonna go live in like a cabin in the woods and I'm staying away from AI.
but not the Cabin in the Woods.
No, that was a good movie though.
That was a good movie. But yeah, so I think we could do it.
Yeah, so
But let us know if you want to hear more of our story ideas.
oh yeah, we could do a whole podcast of just our movie ideas. We could even like, if you guys want, we can bring some of the action figures out and we'll like
We'll
act out
act out a scene
scenes.
for it.
We could act out scenes, plus we'll like have them act out scenes.
Let us know if that interests you at all, because that kind of interests me. But I don't want to do it if nobody wants to listen to it. I guess maybe I'll
Mm-hmm.
just do it anyways. Who cares?
Well, and you like editing, so we'll do like Michael Bay like explosions in the trailer, and like we could do the music like bum, bum.
Boom, boom. I'll just do the music though.
Mm-hmm.
In a world
Yeah.
full of money, one man
It's like done.
wants to have it all.
Meow. And then he's like all driving like
Yeah, he's driving the car or whatever.
yeah, exactly.
It's the Monopoly Man. He just comes out. It's played by like John Goodman or something. I don't know. I just thought of that name.
No, I feel like he has to be smaller than that. That might not be, but we'll talk
He's
about
kind
it.
of small nowadays, so.
No, I'm talking about him. That's not what I meant. I meant height. He's like really
Oh, Danny
tall.
DeVito.
We'll think. Yeah, Danny DeVito would be good
We'll talk
enough.
about that. We'll talk about
And then
that.
it's like he's like, we got to make it to free parking. It's like they're like and they're like it's like a chase,
Yes.
And then they're like, we'll take this chance.
Yep.
And they jump off of like
And one guy, straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. And it's all dramatic.
and it's like we just really need this,
See, we could do it.
Oh yeah, we'll do it.
For
We'll,
sure.
we'll put the trailer together and we'll let you guys know. And then let us know.
We're now officially the Holy Monopoly Podcast.
Holy Monopoly. Holy movie marketing podcast?
Well, we've been the Holy Marketing Podcast. We've never been Holy Movie Marketing Podcast.
Holy movie marketing podcast. Holy moly, we market movies podcast.
Holy, how many can we get in there? Holy moly movie marketing podcast.
Madness.
Multiverse madness podcast.
I'm trying to think of all the M words. Holy, my moly.
Holy
Mom.
my guacamole movie marketing multiverse of madness podcast.
Yeah, we definitely missed some, but yeah,
That's a lot.
we'll decide.
We'll figure it out.
Let us know.
Let us know. Well, yeah. So let us know what you want to see from us. Let us know if you like that idea. Let us know about.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so.
Will's favorite word now.
My new favorite is yeah, so. Yeah, so. Okay, Bella. I love movies.
Me too.
I know.